Post was first.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying you were. I was not trying to rub salt. I was trying to.
State Department officials have identified nearly 500 potential incidents of civilian harm during Israel's military operations in Gaza involving U.S. furnished weapons, but they have not taken action. None of them moved to stage 3. So could you explain how it is that officials identify 500 separate incidents that do involve unnecessary civilian harm, possibly using U.S. weapons, but none of them makes it to the stage 3 under CHRG process?
So a few things about that. Number one, I think it's always important to reiterate that we have consistently made clear to the government of Israel our serious concerns about this issue and their need to do more to minimize civilian deaths. And it continues to be something that we engage with them on, that we make quite clear. Second thing I want to make clear is that, yes, we are reviewing a number of incidents through the CHRG and other processes and procedures that we have set up. And I'm not going to get into those ongoing reviews, but as you heard us say, these are complicated issues. They're complicated factual issues. They're complicated legal issues. And so we have not yet gotten to the point with any of them that we have been able to make final determinations, but there are a number of incidents, and that is part of the issue. We have a number of different incidents that we have to look at just based on the nature of this conflict and the scope and extent of this conflict and the extent of civilian harm. As you heard us say before, you heard us when we released the NSM 20 report. If you just look at the overall scope of the damage and the number of civilian lives that have been lost, we do believe it's reasonable to assess there are incidents in which Israel did not meet all of its international humanitarian law obligations. But when it comes to specific incidents, those reviews are still ongoing.
But I'm actually surprised that you unprompted flagged the NSM 20 report, which exactly, yes, says that. So isn't it a little bit inconceivable that more than a year now, some of these incidents go way back to last October. It's been more than a year, and you guys are still yet to definitively assess that any one single incident violates international humanitarian law.
Let me just first say, the reason I flagged the NSM 20 report specifically is because one of the stories to which you referred had sourced to officials as if it were a revelation that we believe that there very well could be violations of international humanitarian law, when that is something that a report ordered by the president, overseen by the secretary, had concluded several months ago. So we've been quite clear. We've been quite clear about the fact. And that's why I mentioned. That's why I thought it was important to mention it. But no, when it comes to these determinations, these are incredibly difficult. It takes gathering facts, it takes gathering information, and it takes ultimately making legal judgments about those facts. And oftentimes you have conflicting accounts of what happened, and it's our job to try to sort through that the best we can. And it's a very difficult process where we're looking at a number of incidents. I can tell you, we want to finish that work as soon as possible. We have a number of people working on it, but it's very difficult work.
Would you say the United States government is committed to investigating any possible misuse of its weapons by any foreign forces, including Israel?
Yes, absolutely.
But then how do you square that commitment with your inability to find
we are conducting those investigations, and we are conducting them thoroughly, and we are conducting them aggressively, but we want to get to the right answer. And it's important that we not jump to a preordained result and that we not skip any of the work, that we do all of the important fact-finding that we need to do before making what is a pretty significant determination, and that's what we're doing.